So which tight ends am I going to be targeting in PPR fantasy football leagues based on early ADPs? This is the Fantasy Sports Boss. Hit that subscribe button. If you're new, this season is fast approaching. We are now at the midway point of June. Drafts are underway, although obviously you want to draft as late as you possibly can. But I wanted to take a look at the tight end position because this was a money position last year in terms of if you had one of the emerging guys, you probably either won your league or you made the finals. And I'm talking about Sam Laporta. I'm talking about Trey McBride. Both of these guys, I know in one of the leagues that I won, I had Trey McBride as my tight end. Both of these guys supplied immense value, while Travis Kelce, who we had the discussion last summer about him going maybe even number one overall, had a very solid, very good season, but not by his standards, as his snap percentage went down to about 70%. And that is probably where he's going to remain this season as well, as you know, since Andy Reid did say he wants to preserve him going forward. But taking a look at the early ADP at the tight end position, I've kind of zeroed in on the guys that I really, really like at cost. Now, Sam Laporta right now is the number one tight end off the board in PPR leagues, 33 overall. You're looking at the late third round, which, you know, that's a fair spot for him to be in. And I think he's the number one tight end for sure. But I don't think that Laporta is where Travis Kelce was prior to, like with Travis Kelce in 2020, 2021, 2022 was like beyond head and shoulders above everybody else. That's not where Sam Laporta is. So I think late third round might be a little too rich for me to draft a guy who is going to be great, but won't blow away the rest of the field like Travis Kelce did previously. Now, speaking of Kelce, he's 37 overall, so he's in the fourth round. All right, the very top of the fourth round. All right, so there could be good value there. Again, you know, I know that the Chiefs have tried to stock up at the receiver position, but they've become more run heavy. And again, Kelce's an aging tight end. Andy Reid has tried to dial back his snaps, and they will continue to do that again this year. He's still the number one target, but this is not the Travis Kelce from, like I said, those golden years. Trey McBride, who I have obviously a soft spot for, unbelievable talent, receiving talent. He's at 46 overall. So I'm starting to like that area code for Trey McBride. But here's the thing too. We have now an alpha target in Marvin Harrison Jr. that could really, you know, not eat into a lot of McBride's targets, but you know, enough of them to where, you know, maybe this is a little high. And again, I think I think the world of Trey McBride. And I think the Arizona Cardinals are the most, is the team where you could get like insane value. And I'm talking about Kyler Murray. I'm talking about, you know, even Harrison Jr. If you get him, you know, in late second round, he could really pay off big there. Trey McBride, these are all going to be really solid players. But Mark Andrews is 49th overall. And Mark Andrews has been the second tight end off the board the last couple of years, and now he's dropped to the fourth slot. I'm liking Mark Andrews here at fourth overall. But now this is where I'm zeroing in on 5, 6, and 7. I'm really going to try to get one of these three guys. Number 5, Dalton Kincaid, 52 overall. No Stephon Diggs. There's nobody here for this offense now in terms of targets. He's going to be the number one target. So you're talking about a tight end who's going to be the top target on his team. Sam Laporta is not even the top target on his own team. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr. might be the top target on his team. So Dalton Kincaid, without a doubt, is the number one target on his team. Josh Allen as the quarterback. No Stephon Diggs. 100+ targets up for grabs. Not Gabe Davis no longer in town as well. So there's a lot of available targets. I think Dalton Kincaid is a screaming value right now at 52 overall. I think he's going to move up too. Then you have Kyle Pitts. I'm back in on Kyle Pitts, all right? Obviously, new offensive coordinator, new quarterback in Kirk Cousins. And the thing about Kirk Cousins to remember, he always throws to the tight end. Made Jordan Reed a star. He fully unleashed TJ Hawkinson. Now he's got Kyle Pitts, Drake London. Everybody's all in on Drake London, including myself. But Kyle Pitts, would it shock you if he led the Falcons in targets and receptions? It wouldn't shock me in the least. I am back in on Kyle Pitts this year, the 6th tight end off the board. And how about this? Evan Engram, 100+ catch. Evan Engram is 74th overall, the 7th tight end off the board. Like, that is just crazy to me. Out of Kincaid, Pitts, and Engram, I'll take the cheapest one. I'm fine with all three of them. I will take the cheapest one of those three. I love all of them. George Kittle, number 8. You all know how you feel about George Kittle. Very, very good player. Yards after a catch monster. The touchdowns came back down. 2022 touchdown haul, which I told you was an outlier. Proven to be true. Always gets nicked up. I don't like him, even though he's dropped to the 8th tight end, where he's habitually previously been the 5th or 4th guy off the board. Jake Ferguson, decent value at 9th overall. Runs hot and cold, though, with receptions. And in a PPR league, that's not the greatest thing. David Njoku, all right, do you trust Deshaun Watson? Hasn't lost some of his ability, but at 10th overall among the tight end position, that's not bad. Brock Bowers, I don't like the setup in Oakland. I'm sorry, Las Vegas. I don't like the setup there. I want to see him end up anywhere. Like, if he ended up with the Jets, which was the rumor all offseason, I would have Brock Bowers probably as a top 8 tight end. I'm not chasing him as the 11th overall tight end. And then Dallas Goedert at 12. You know, Dallas Goedert is what he is. He's going to catch 5 touchdowns. He's going to catch 50 to 60 passes. He's going to miss 2 or 3 games with injury. A lot of target competition with Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. I don't like Dallas Goedert. He's just a boring veteran to me now. Dalton Schultz, 13. T.J. Hawkinson. That's an interesting flyer, all right? T.J. Hawkinson is, we all know rookie quarterbacks love to throw to tight ends. When he's recovered from his knee injury, T.J. Hawkinson could be a difference maker down the stretch. So I'm open about drafting him as a backup. And then Cole Kmet, the 15th tight end off the board. And then it drops off to Pat Freiermuth. So again, just to reiterate, I like Mark Andrews. I'm not going to chase him as the 4th tight end off the board, but I'm really zeroing in on Dalton Kincaid, Kyle Pitts, and Evan Engram. Those 3 guys, I'm going to do my best to end up with one of those 3. If not, I prefer Njoku over Jake Ferguson. And if I'm really desperate, I would go T.J. Hawkinson and pair him with a Cole Kmet and just hope for the best. But I'm going to go, like I said, Kincaid, who I definitely will be aggressive on, Pitts aggressive on, and then Engram. And I like them in that order. Guys, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think. Post in the comments below.